and welcome to today's episode of Her Version, a podcast dedicated to hearing stories of struggle to triumph, a platform that allows individuals to tell their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria. If you are new to this podcast, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share. Today we have an amazing guest speaker with us, Marie. Marie has endured a world of struggle, living a life that is filled with cheating and a struggling and controlling men to a swinging lifestyle and porn. During that time, she dealt with feelings of jealousy, low confidence, and lots of confusion. Feeling lost in the world she was in, she decided to throw herself into the world of self-development, conscious breathing, and meditation. She is here today to share her past stories and inspire us with how she was able to escape that world and that thinking. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you so much.
How are you, lady?
Doing good.
I want to say thank you so much for working with me and changing the time to our original podcast. So for those of you that follow us, we were supposed to be on at 9, and Marie graciously changed things she has going on in her world to come on a little bit later. So I want to publicly thank you for that and apologize for this morning.
You're so welcome. Glad we're here.
Yes. So how have you been? How was your week? How's your world?
It's been complicated, but we're getting through it.
I hear you on that. Where do you live again? What state?
I live in West Virginia.
West Virginia. We are over here in the sunny state of Florida. Are you on the water?
No. Well, I live close to the lake.
So not no boogie boarding on the weekends or anything crazy like that.
No. I do like to kayak.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No kidding. How often do you guys do that?
This summer has been kind of like crazy, but last summer we were on the lake all the time.
How often do you guys do that? Nice. That's awesome. Well, listen, we have so much to talk about. And you have so many awesome things to share with us, and I'm so excited to jump into that. One of the things that I love to do in the beginning of these podcasts is I love to kind of open up your world as to who you were when you were younger, what your early years look like, your teenage years look like, just to kind of give us a perspective. Because a lot of times we think that individuals that have gone through a certain thing had a certain background. And a lot of times what we're finding is they're all over the place, So it's nice to know where your story started and how it started and your perspective of it. Because a lot of it is perspective. It's not necessarily what you went through, but it's how you viewed what you went through. So do you mind kind of talking a little bit about, your childhood, where you lived and then up into your teenage years?
Absolutely. So I lived out in the country. I lived in a farmhouse. There was two rooms upstairs. I shared a room with my sister, and across the hall, my brothers had a room. And downstairs was my parents. So if you're counting, that's 6 people.
Wow.
One bathroom.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yes.
That's a little intense, I'm going to say. That's a little intense.
My mom was a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she worked down the road. I literally could walk to my church, my school. And my dad was a printer.
Like a newspaper printer, a magazine printer?
Kind of, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
He did all kinds of things. Printing t-shirts. He did the booklets. He helped with the newspaper for a little while.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Did you ever get to go to the factory?
Absolutely. I spent a ton of time there.
Oh, that's so interesting. Wow. What else?
Absolutely. And my sister more or less took care of me because my parents were middle class, so they were constantly working. And then my older brothers were supposed to be watching us. but they were boys and didn't want to hang out with us. And we were each 4 years apart.
Oh, wow.
So when I was born, my oldest brother was like 14.
Wow. Was that planned that way or it just happened to be that way?
It just happened to be that way.
No kidding. Were they trying to have that many children or?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, after I heard they were done, so I was an accident.
No kidding. Oh, that's interesting. Did that weigh anything on you? Did you know that growing up?
Yes.
Ah. Was that heavy or did it not really have an impact?
It was heavy.
Yeah.
There was a couple times I was left behind or accidentally forgotten.
Really? Like the Home Alone type deal?
Yeah.
Really? No kidding. So what kind of kid were you? Joyful,
I was very
sad,
outgoing. I loved being naked. To the point that my siblings were like, oh my gosh, like I can't even bring friends over. You're naked all the time.
Oh, that's great.
I love being out in nature and just being around the trees and just enjoying outside. Not necessarily the way my sister liked, because my sister was constantly climbing trees. She was in a creek, like dirty. That wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be like outside and just listen to the birds and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Who were you closest to? What sibling?
I was closest to my brother Dwayne.
How old was he?
He was 8 years older than me.
Nice. When did that friendship?
Left when I was 13.
Oh no. Was that hard?
It was.
I bet.
I did a lot of crying when he left.
Oh, that breaks my heart. How did so were you at the end, were you the last one left in the house?
No. My brother lived there till he was 30. My sister was in and out with college. She ended up getting married before my brother did. Before my brother moved out. So.
Got it. Very cool. So how do you view your childhood? Do you view it happy or joyful or sad or annoying or irritating?
It was a little bit of everything. I mean, there were definitely highs and lows. I definitely feel like it's more of a roller coaster.
Got it. Makes sense. Now, moving into your teenage years, that's when everything kind of starts to change a little bit. How were your teenage and young adult years?
I was about 11 or 12 when I started really wanting to be with boys. And I was falling in love left and right. And so I was at a school dance. I was about 13 years old. And this boy was giving me attention. And so I decided that I was going to date him. And that's when things started going downhill.
Ah, such a young age. Did you say 13?
Yes. 13 years old.
Wow. So tell us what happened.
He was very physically abusive.
At such a young age?
Yes.
Like, was he 14?
He was 14.
Wow.
Yeah. I found out later that he was into hate porn. His mom let him record all kinds of hate porn. He had like 20 or 30 stacks of VHS tapes of all this hate porn.
Where does a little kid like that get tapes of porn anyway?
His mother gave it to him.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Intense, I'm going to say.
Yes.
Intense. Well, that would make anybody frustrated. Yeah, if you're watching that kind of stuff at that age.
So he decided to use that on me.
So the view that you had of anything sexual was totally skewed.
Yes.
Right off the bat.
Because I was growing up with Disney princesses, and I wanted to just like sit out on the grass and read books and just enjoy company with someone. And I was being aggressively handled and yelled at and grabbed by the hair and like kissed aggressively. And it was like skewed.
Wow. No kidding.
And in front of his mother, which now I know, she didn't care.
Got it. Probably dealing with her own stuff, I assume.
And then after we broke up, his dad ended up killing himself.
Really?
Yes.
Intense. Absolutely. So how did you end that? What happened?
I was at a church walk-in with him, and he was going crazy. Screaming, yelling at people, telling them that he just needed to be alone with me. And everyone's like, no, you're not doing that. And so he ended up walking out of the house that I was at and walking. And finally his parents came. And he ended up in a mental institution.
How old? Like 15? Like,
yeah.
No kidding.
Yes.
Intense.
Yeah, we talked later on in high school, and he was like, he finally told me that he ended up in the mental institution for like over a year. He had some mental issues for sure.
Yeah, I would say so too. So who did you where did you go after that?
Then I ended up with a boy from church camp who I told the situation that happened. And he told all of my friends.
Really?
And told everyone that I was disgusting and I was going to hell. And it was super embarrassing.
I bet 100%. What did you date him?
We were supposed to be dating.
He obviously didn't know the whole honesty thing or trustworthy thing.
Right. And then I found out later that he raped two girls in our church.
Wow. How did you find that out?
They came to me.
Really? And told you?
Yes.
At such a young age?
Yes.
Wow. That's
and
intense.
They were 4 or 5 years younger than us.
Really?
Yes.
Did anything ever happen?
With him?
Yeah.
No.
Really? Nobody told on him or he got in trouble or anything?
No.
Wow.
Nope, he's married with kids.
Wow. So this set you up for a very interesting journey right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no kidding. So how did it go after that? Young adult and into your 20s?
So then I just felt like I was a whore. I needed to just do whatever. So I slept with somebody else that I didn't even like. And then I met my ex-husband. And he went through a process of being like, you've already slept with people, this is disgusting. Like I don't know how I feel about it. And so we broke up a couple times, and then we finally got back together and got married.
How old were you?
I went across the graduation stage at 18, and 2 months later I got married.
Wow, young.
Yes.
Young. And how was that?
A year after that, he was deployed to Iraq.
Oh my. Were you guys living in by yourself, or you were living at some parents' house?
We were living in our own house. We had just bought it.
Right. But then he was gone.
He was gone.
Yeah. For a year? How long?
He was gone for about 18 months.
And gone. Like, didn't come back and visit.
Right.
How was that on you?
Because they locked him down like 3 months before they left. So they were at their location for 3 months. And then they were in Iraq for 12 months.
Got it.
So I was very young, living by myself.
Yeah, definitely. And then when he came back, what did that look like?
When he came back, it was weird. Because he was the chaplain's assistant while he was over there. So he came back and he was very strict. He wanted to pray before we ate, which he never did before he left. I remember the very first breakfast that I made him, and he said he was not going to eat it because we didn't have ketchup.
Oh my! Oh. If that's not a little bit of narcissism there, I don't know what is.
That was my first sign.
Yeah, that triggers a ton right there. Wow. Okay, so how did that go?
There was multiple times after that he would say he wanted me to be Susie Homemaker, but then there were things that he wouldn't eat.
That you made.
He would say, I'm on a diet. I needed to be like this. And then he wouldn't eat that because it wasn't quite up to his standards.
Did you see any of this before you got married?
No.
Because you weren't living with him, right?
Right.
Yeah. That whole thing is just interesting. It's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's kind of what, religiously at least, people are taught. I think a lot.
I was a Christian.
Yeah. So you get stuck. You have no idea who this person is. You're rushing to get married. And then look. So how long did that last? What happened?
So we had a child. While he was soon after we had our child, he went into officer candidate school. So he was gone for 3 months. It was probably even longer than that. Like a year or two of in and out of schools. And then he got deployed to Iraq again.
Wow. So the first 18 months married, gone. Then how long was he home for?
2 years.
And then he left again.
Yes.
Were you kind of grateful that he left the second time?
Not the second time.
Oh, wow.
I was in super denial.
Okay. Got it.
I just had a child.
Okay.
And I was like, I have to stick it out. I have to because of this kid,
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Definitely. So what was the turning point? What happened?
So the second time he was in Iraq, I remember this day very specifically. We were on a chat, and he told me that he cheated on me.
Oh, wow. Honest.
While he was in officer candidate school.
Okay. Were you guys in the middle of a fight, or he just like, I need to be honest with you and tell you this?
We were in an intense conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had like this desk with a pull-out keyboard shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I ripped that shelf out.
I bet.
I slammed the keyboard. And I slammed it against the door, like a wall.
I totally get it.
I was like, after all the things that I put up with you.
Yeah.
Now you're going to bring me this?
Yeah. So what happened?
So I took my ring off. I got really angry.
I bet.
Went into pretty deep depression. Got on lots of medication. I was on Xanax, Lexapro, Wellbutrin. I mean, that was the only way I knew how to cope, was to just take all this medication. And I was in therapy. I went to the chiropractor because I hurt myself from doing all that.
Oh no.
I was really upset for my child.
Yeah.
He was coming home for 2 weeks for his 2-week vacation or R&R or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was very awkward. I invited his dad over because I didn't want to be alone with him.
Really?
I sent my child away because I didn't want him to be around the child while we were having this intense conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was a very awkward 2 weeks.
I bet. And then he had to go back?
He went back.
Okay.
And I went through a bunch of therapy. And that's when I started reading the self-help books.
Yes.
I started reading Joyce Myers. I read Women Are From what is it? Women Are From
Venus.
Men Are From Mars. Yes. And so that was just the start of it.
Yeah.
And then I also read a book called He Cheated, but What Did You Do?
Oh, that's interesting.
And so it was kind of good and kind of bad because
Is that written by a male or female? Who wrote that book?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of took that to heart.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, what did I do?
Yeah.
I was like, I just had a child. It took a really long time to heal.
Yeah.
And there were times that I didn't want to be around him or do any kind of interaction with him.
Definitely.
And so I was like, okay, this is partially my fault.
Yeah.
So I forgave him.
Wow. Okay.
And we got back together.
Yes.
And he came home and we went to multiple therapists and marriage counseling and marriage like courses. And we went to multiple places to try and fix our relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
And it was about 2 years. And he was constantly on me about wanting to add a third person.
Really? Have another baby?
No.
Oh, no. Another person. While you're going through therapy?
Yes. And I was constantly brought up in therapy.
What'd they say?
It just depended on the therapist. Like we saw like 5 different therapists. And it was the fifth one that was just like, this is a give and take relationship.
What was your view on it? Some people are open to it.
I wasn't down to invite someone into the house. Just because we had a child, I didn't want that. For the child to question, who is this? I don't understand. You're my mom. You're my dad. Who's this?
Yeah.
I never grew up that way. I never wanted my child to grow up that way.
Yeah. Did you ever think that this would be something that would be brought to your attention?
No.
So you weren't necessarily like open to it, but kind of got coerced into the conversation.
Yes.
No kidding. So how did that go? What happened?
Also, while he was in Iraq, he mentioned that he wanted to be with men.
Wow. Does that mean that he was...
I was, thinking about another person, but it could be a man.
Wow. That's just so much to handle right after having a baby.
Yes. And him going to Iraq and all this other stuff.
So what'd you do?
So I looked into it, and I was like, how can you add somebody without them being part of a relationship?
Yeah.
And so the blog that I read was about swinging.
Mm-hmm.
And so swinging was a compromise for me.
Okay.
That we could still do that, but be secretive and nobody had to know. And so that's what we started doing.
No kidding.
I was like, it's either do this or get divorced.
So what was your initial thought process? Was that nerve-wracking? Was that exciting? Was it scary?
It was definitely nerve-wracking.
Okay.
It wasn't until the second or third year that I started to get comfortable with it.
Got it. So it took some time. How long did you guys do it for?
6 years.
Really? So was there a point where you were actually okay with it?
For about a year and a half. I was having fun.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Looking at it now, is that different? Or do you actually honestly feel like you were enjoying yourself?
I think I was enjoying myself.
No kidding. Was it boys, men, and women? Did you alternate, or was it always... Really? Who chose? Yes. How did you guys work that out?
Well, for the most part, we just went back and forth.
So
when it got to the point that I felt like he was choosing more than I was.
Okay.
And we would argue about that.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you confront somebody? Is there a group that you choose from, or do you just throw it out to people? Or
there are multiple websites and apps for these kinds of things. So there are definitely people to choose from.
No kidding. And then are you worried at all about... My whole thing would be, well, obviously there's other layers, but people that have diseases or stuff going on, how do you mentally go through that?
I had 3 STDs.
I bet.
And my ex-husband was a physician assistant. So he's like, I can fix it. I'll just fix it. No problem. You don't have to worry about it. But I did.
Yeah.
I mean, we took antibiotics. We got rid of the first 2. I still have the third one.
Really? How does that make you feel?
It made me feel like I had leprosy or something.
Oh, wow. Especially since this wasn't even your idea.
Exactly.
It's nothing that ever would have been thrown into your world.
Yes.
Oh.
So I started to resent him hard.
Yeah. Wow.
I was with the third one, I was put in the hospital.
Insane. So what happened? You're obviously ex-husband. So
yes.
What happened?
I just decided one day that I was done. He still wanted to continue, and I didn't.
So you just said the big D word.
I've been through so much emotional turmoil. I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah. Definitely.
I just can't.
Yeah. What was one of the lowest points that you endured during all of this?
I mean, probably that day that he told me he cheated on me.
Really? That would be the lowest one?
Yeah.
Where you just totally flipped out?
Yep.
That totally makes sense. Then how long did you stay with him after that? Because you got you started reading books and looking into it. So how
It was
long
8
did
years.
So how long were you married?
We were married for 16 years.
Wow.
And we were together for 20.
Wow. So now looking back, I mean, there's obvious signs, right? That
Yes.
Why do you think you stayed so long?
I know now that there was so much depression from when I was little that I was desperate for that
Yeah.
false security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he loved you?
No.
Really?
And he even said that a couple times.
Yeah. I feel like that with my ex narcissist. I don't know if you consider yours a narcissist or not, but yeah, he 13 years and I don't think he ever loved me.
Yeah.
It's weird saying that. It's like weird admitting that.
When he came home for those 2 weeks, he said to me, I will never love you as much as you love me.
Wow.
And I don't know that I will ever love you.
Did that hit you as hard then as it hits you now, like afterwards saying it? Did you understand what that meant? Or were you still kind of like, he doesn't mean that. He's mad.
More or less.
Yeah.
Like I just felt like he had PTSD. He was in war. Like, and I was supposed to be his therapist or something.
Yeah. I can totally relate to some of that.